Hey.
We are back as we are starting a cult with a brand new Friday episode.
It's true. It's Grant over there, and I'm Jake, and Mitch is outside wrangling Navi because his mom isn't home.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, yeah.
But we are here to have a brand new topic for you guys today. How about that?
Surprisingly wholesome.
Yeah, it's a lot more, it's one of the more wholesome episodes I think we've ever done. It's got a little bit of stuff in there where you're like, are you sure they mean wholesome? But it's good.
It's good. It's really, no one gets physically hurt.
No.
Ever.
No. This is just a case of the mistaken identity.
Well, there is one instance of someone getting physically hurt, but no one dies.
Oh, yeah, I guess I forgot about that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we are here today to give you a brand new topic. I hope you guys had a great week. Jake, how was your week? Was it good?
It was pretty good, man.
Yeah?
It's just working and came over here, that was nice.
That's true.
Nice fun time to be over here, but it's mostly just work and that's it.
No, I get you. On
Sopranos sprinkled in there.
All right.
Towards the end of that.
Nice
Still amazing.
Sopranos.
Yeah, Sopranos.
Some Sopranos.
Yeah. Yeah, Maron is what
We are here to talk about the Rooftop Robber.
Roofman.
Oh, Roofman. Sorry, not Rooftop.
Rooftop Robber, either way, he's been known by many names, all right? But Roofman is the one that they usually settled on.
The Roofman. I think you guys are gonna like this one. It's
great.
It's pretty laid back. It's pretty digestible. It's pretty quick. It's pretty fun. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, it was a fan suggestion. Someone in our lives was just like, "Have you ever heard of Roofman?" And we were like, "No, let's do it this week."
That is true.
And we just did.
It just so I was like, I don't know what that is, but the name is drawing some attention, and
it's the perfect name.
It really is. So I'm in. I'm into this.
No, I'm in too. So there's that thought that crosses all of our minds when we walk into a McDonald's restaurant.
What if I was a Roofman Robber?
Yeah, that you're like, boy, I could just rob this place, and no one would give a fuck.
You're right.
I think that every time. It's McDonald's. They can take the hit of one day's revenue from their 38,000 locations. I actually looked up how many locations they have. 38,000 of them.
That is just an unhealthy amount.
Too much. But yeah, they can stand to lose a single day's revenue, right? This is a story of a man who had the same thought and went on to make it a surprisingly long, thoughtful, and lucrative career out of it.
Oh, he did. He certainly
very much
fucking did.
This is the story of Jeffrey Allen Manchester, otherwise known as Roofman.
The Roofman Robber.
Roofman Robber.
How about that? Roofman. I like the
Roofman.
Roofman.
All right, so little is known about Jeffrey's early life at this point, but it seems as though he was a relatively normal dude before his chosen life of crime, right? So he graduated from high school in Cordova, California in 1991. All right, good year, I guess.
Yeah, it seems like a good year.
It was 5 years before I was born.
I was like, I wouldn't know. I was not present.
We're young men. And immediately after, he joined the Army Reserves, right, where he quickly became a sergeant after foregoing airborne and air assault training, along with like a bunch of artillery training, and he was like heavily studying the ins and outs of military vehicles, so he's super familiar with those. He was learning a lot.
Yeah, he knows his shit.
Right?
This guy knows his shit.
Very studious guy, Jeffrey. So, all throughout this time in the service, Manchester, he met a woman during his time, all right?
Oh, like a lot do.
Yeah. And he got married, and they had 2 kids, and that was good. But by the time 1998 rolled around, the two were finalizing their divorce paperwork.
Damn.
I don't know exactly what happened, but needless
quick
to say, yeah, things didn't work out.
Things seem to spiral rather quickly in that scenario.
No, it's very true.
Almost immediately.
Yeah. You know what? This is where it begins. This is where it begins, basically. It's a quick one, just right in. This is when Manchester starts focusing his military training on a life of crime. He just decided to do this.
Yeah, I guess why not? What else we got going on,
Why not?
You're trained.
Yeah.
Let's fuck around. Let's see what
fuck
happens.
around with this military training at McDonald's. All right, so beginning in 1998, Jeffrey Manchester began his year-and-a-half-long crime spree, wherein he robbed 40 different businesses in 9 different states all across the United States.
That's an
That's
impressive.
so much.
That's a resume right there. That's so good that you put that shit on your actual resume
Yeah.
because you're that good.
National heists.
You can get a job working for the government.
This is fucking badass. All right, so he'd hit like video stores and like supermarkets and perhaps a gas station here and there. But what he was gaining attention for from his robbing was his robbings of McDonald's restaurant locations.
Mickey D's.
Mickey D's, the best sandwiches in town. Roughly, well, I mean, you know,
come on now.
the most mainstays. You're just like, I just need a sandwich.
That is true.
That's where you go.
It's the easiest place to get the same thing every single time with no deviation.
Consistency is impeccable. So roughly 2/3 of his crimes consisted of robbing Mickey D's between 98 and 2000.
Damn.
All right, so it's a lot of McDonald's robbed. All right, and I know what you're thinking. You know, you're thinking, oh well, if he's robbing McDonald's, super easy. Just post some cops around them where the crimes were being committed. You know, but he's not an idiot. Okay.
No,
He's not an idiot. This guy, sure, he would mostly rob McDonald's locations in California, but he would go on to appear all around the U.S. He hit locations in California, Nevada, Oregon, Massachusetts, Minnesota, Maryland, Virginia, North and South Carolina. He was all over the fucking map.
Damn.
Quite literally.
Yeah, he moved. He got around.
He did. From all of these robberies, all around the country, it's estimated that Manchester accrued roughly $100,000.
It's funny. You think it'd be more.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. Like, with that many robberies, you'd think there'd be like a little bit more to show for it. Like, you're going all around the country.
Yeah, it's like, man, how much time and money did he have to spend on supplies and travel? He's pretty much not making a lot of money.
Yeah, but I mean, still, it's just impressive.
Oh yeah, the sheer volume is something that is quite impressive.
Yeah. So I bet you're wondering at this point why I said he would go on, he would go about these robberies in a thoughtful manner. At the top of this, I said that. Well, here's how all the robberies usually went down. All right.
He'd come in a Ronald McDonald outfit, point a gun at the youngest person in the room, and say, "Give me all the money." And then he'd leave.
All the money, give it to me.
It was that simple. I'm 100% kidding.
No, sort of. I mean, in so many words. So Jeffrey Manchester, he would gain access to the roof of the McDonald's locations, usually, like at close or before opening, but almost always at night.
Makes sense.
Right? The cover
on a roof.
The cover of night. At which point he would use power tools to cut a small hole in the roof of the business. And, he would just shimmy on down there.
Do you think he ever, made himself a meal in there?
I would hope so. Like, you grab they have, pre-made shit in there,
Oh,
right?
yeah. Come on, you're going to tell me that shit's not made a day in advance? You're a liar.
Come on. You fucking freak. All right, so he would lower himself safely to the ground level, usually about, 10 or 15 feet. He would then wait for the morning crew to show up as the sun rose. All right, so at which point he would hold up the restaurant, usually with a rifle, for all the cash in the registers as well as the safe, which he'd escort the manager of the shift back to open for him. Right?
Okay.
He would then lead all of the employees into the walk-in freezer in the back of the store after asking them if they'd like to grab their jackets before doing so.
That's sweet.
That's so considerate.
Yeah, at least he's not like, fuck you. He's like, I get it. It's cold.
He's like, you want to grab a little scarf? It's going to be chilly in there. He was reported as being exceptionally polite by his captives. Some even stating that he would, joke around with them.
He bought me a Christmas dinner.
He's like, he told me he was proud of me, and then he knew I didn't have a dad, that kind of thing.
We connected that day. I still have his email.
It's like, you had this the whole time? All right, yeah, he was joking around with his captives. He's like, this is crazy, right? He'd apparently often say before locking the staff in the freezer, hey, at least you get the rest of the day off.
True.
Which is so nice. It's so jovial and good.
Too bad they don't probably get paid.
Probably
Like,
McDonald's would never pay them for
I
not
desperately needed this cash, so thanks, dick.
You seen those fucking signs outside of McDonald's now? It's like, we're hiring up to like 14-year-olds or some shit.
Yeah,
it's like what the fuck?
Are you sure?
Is that legal? I'm pretty sure you can't do that.
Yeah, McDonald's can.
Yeah, McDonald's. Now, I say short stay in the freezer, that is, because shortly after each robbery, Manchester would call the police to inform them that the robbery had occurred.
Right.
So authorities can come and, let the staff out of the freezer.
Yeah, he's not like...
Super nice.
Yeah, he's not like a dick about it, you know?
I'm not going to freeze these people like Squidward in that episode.
Yeah, he's trying.
Yeah, he's super nice, right? All right, so like that's a huge risk on his part to call the police at all. And he did every time to ensure that all the workers were safe in the end. Hell yeah,
Yeah, so he's about it. He's about that life, for real.
The Roofman is good.
Oh, yeah, he's in it. I like him. I like him already.
So far, yeah, he's just like, I graduated high school, went to the military, and now I just rob. But, I'm a nice guy about it.
Yeah,
like,
he's
not stealing from, like, ma and pa shops, It's
He would never. He doesn't have that type of personality.
No,
he would
yeah.
never.
He's a good man. Now, he had some variation in his method of crimes throughout his time committing them. Like, occasionally he would cut holes through the walls of the restaurant rather than the roof. And there was one occasion where he was brought to pistol whipping an employee.
Oh.
So I think one employee was getting a little rowdy. They weren't buying into his polite manner, and he had to pistol whip him. But it was a one-time thing.
Yeah, one-timer
Right.
thing.
Otherwise, super polite and considerate robber. All right, he's the ideal robber that you want.
That's the shit I like to hear. It makes me feel better about this man.
Yeah. So, through this MO, he was easily linked to crimes. All right,
Easily.
Everyone who met him that he robbed, they were just like, he was so nice.
This guy's such a sweetheart.
But yeah. His MO is easily linked him to crimes, yet no one was able to pinpoint his identity. All right, no one knew who this guy was.
Damn, okay.
And newspapers were taking it. They were just like, Roofman, he strikes again.
Roofman's on the chase.
This is a fun, like, late 90s, early 2000s shebang. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nearly,
shebang is a good way to put it.
Yeah, a little shebang. Nearly 24 police forces were involved in the investigations, yet none of them could get the slightest inkling as to who he was. Now, there were multiple reasons that over 2/3 of Manchester's robberies took place at McDonald's locations, almost all of which had to do with the uniformity of schedule and layout. Right?
Okay.
The uniformity, much like their food. We were talking about that earlier. All right, almost all McDonald's franchises are laid out with the same floor plan. So he always knew where to be, when, and why. The hours of the restaurants were almost always the same, with no matter where in the country you went. Right?
Yeah, that seems like that would make sense to me.
It's something you can rely on. The restaurant's own uniformity was being used against it. All right, so this is not to say that there weren't some close calls, though. Okay, one day, I think it was his first robbery, like before Thanksgiving. The Roofman, he made his way to a location late at night, only to figure out that the location was going to be closed the next day.
Oh, he should have just camped out. He's like, whatever.
Just hanging out.
I'll make Thanksgiving dinner here. I'll have Big Macs.
Yeah, pretty much. A turducken of Big Macs.
Yeah, fuck it, dude. Big Mac. Maybe I'll go.
Put a fish fillet inside of it, and then like a McChicken.
He could just take some cash out of the cash register, go buy a Whopper and a Baconator, and make like the fast food turducken.
You think he's still gonna buy the food with the money he's stealing?
Well, he's not robbing Burger Kings, He's
Yeah, you're right.
He's pretty uniform when it comes to that. So, I don't think you gotta worry.
Oh, we'll see later in the story. All right, so that one was closed for the day. That was funny. He's like, oh, that's so stupid of me. But anyway, police merely found a hole in the roof and nothing more. So they were just like, I still can't get this guy.
Damn it.
Damn it. On another occasion, the roofman was in a tight spot towards the end of his robbery, all right, forcing him to fire his weapon through a door.
Bang, bang.
Yeah, he just broke the glass of the door and he escaped.
Okay.
So, he never shoots people, only
Just doors.
Just
doorways.
Yeah, police were nearby and reacted quickly to the gunfire, but Manchester was able to escape on foot.
Ooh.
He's running, all right, he's running now.
He's a quicken.
He's a quicken. All right, on May 20th of 2000, the roof man was finally caught and identified in Belmont, North Carolina. All right, you want to hear how this happens? The roof man's demise. Manchester was caught because he was getting too comfortable with his criminal ways, right? He got cocky, all right? And he decided that May 20th was going to be the day that he was going to rob two separate McDonald's locations within 10 miles of each other, all in the same morning.
Damn, that's a busy morning.
That is a feat. All right. At the first location, he got sloppy, all right, when it came to securing the freezer that he'd put all the employees into. Because of this, the employees were able to escape quicker than Manchester had anticipated and called the police, like you do for robberies.
Bad news.
Bad news for Mr. Manchester. And it was because of this that there was a very heavy police presence in the area by the time he was going through with his second robbery of the morning.
Okay.
Yeah. So police showed up to the second location, at which time Manchester fled to get to his getaway car. But in a last-ditch effort, he instead made his way into the woods, trying to get away on foot again.
He's trying. He's really trying.
Yeah, no, he is. And it didn't work, because when police caught up with him, he had his rifle, he had a bag full of tools, and all the money he'd stolen from the two McDonald's locations that morning. But he was still the nicest guy. All right, he went through. He went like without a struggle, and he reportedly told the arresting officers that they'd done a good job that day.
He's like, guys, you really did. You knocked it out of the park with that one, guys.
Good job, you got me.
I was being a real dick cheeseburger, and I'm glad you guys were able to.
Yeah, they don't serve that at fucking McDonald's.
I'm proud of you guys. You guys should be proud too. This was good. This was a good effort.
Let me buy you some McDonald's.
You guys want some cash? I got some.
Yeah. All right. After news broke that the roof man was caught, authorities began connecting him to crimes all around the country.
All over the world.
All over. And they noticed on his military travel logs that wherever he happened to be at any given time for like military assignments or training or whatever, robberies followed. So that detail, it kind of blew my mind because I was like, oh, he was like in the military at the same time as he was doing this. I thought like for some reason when he got divorced he like went out of the military.
Yeah,
he was just like a dude.
Because I was kind of under the same impression. They weren't very clear in what I was trying to read.
Yeah, but he was just a military dude just like robbing McDonald's.
Yeah, but then after the fact it makes sense because it's like, well, yeah, like they never really specifically said he was like not active anymore. It was just like he was in the military and he was robbing McDonald's.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay. I just assumed.
You always just separate those things. You never think a soldier is going to come rob your fucking fast food chain.
See, and it's funny because he was so... Well, that's what like threw me off too, is like because he was so smart, but that's like so dumb that like he had to have known they could connect that,
Yeah, I mean, it literally from his travel logs with the military, they were like, oh, yeah, when this guy leaves a place, robberies stop happening, but wherever he goes... They like start again?
Yeah, wherever
Should we
this
tell
guy
someone about this?
Is where McDonald's are in trouble.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, so yeah, wherever he went, robberies followed. Manchester, he was charged with robbery with a deadly weapon, taking hostages, and possession of robbery tools.
That's a new one. I've never heard that before.
So I guess just like the chisels and hammers and shit that he had.
He was in possession of robbery-like tools. He had rope. He had a big sack with a $sign on it, and
a thin black mask.
Yes.
And he was kind of tiptoeing around.
Yes, he was wearing the Lone Ranger mask, and he also was wearing a shirt that was striped black and white, and he was walking around on his tippy toes.
He is confirmed the Hamburglar.
Yeah, he is.
Why wasn't he called that immediately?
PR
fucked
him. PR fucked him, because that's the best one.
God damn it, newspapers let us down again. Well, yeah, let's see. When was I? Greg, keep him busy.
You know, I'm gonna say one
lost
thing.
it.
I was actually it was perfect kismet there. I read an article, like an actual news article about it.
Yeah, the one from 2000.
It was 2005,
Oh, all right.
and they're like, this guy's in because of one whopper of a crime." And it was like,
Damn.
they tried so hard, but they fucked it up.
No, maybe Burger King bought out that journalist.
They could, but
They
it
were
was
just like, you have to put in like this rivalry joke for us, please.
they dropped the ball. So it's like, it's a McDonald's thing, not, oh my god, you fucking. Probably some guy that's never eaten fast food in his life. He's like,
Which I don't want to meet a man who's never eaten a fast food anything. Come
No,
on.
you have to. Fast food is necessary.
Yeah, it's so fast. It's food. It's all good stuff. All right.
So everything you're looking for.
Yeah. Everything. I found what I was looking for. My place. All right. So Manchester, he was charged with robbery, all that stuff, in possession of robbery tools, and he was sentenced to 45 years in prison.
That seems like a lot.
That's so much time in prison
It's one for every McDonald's
for
and
robbing
5 for the gun.
McDonald's. Like. It was $100,000 total. But all right, so he was sent to Browns Creek Correctional Institute in Anson County, North Carolina.
Oh.
Oh yeah, and you may think this like, oh, it's the end of the story. Get a load of this shit. All right,
There's more.
there's way more. All right, so Manchester, he remained in prison for about 4 years, during which time he was just like a model prisoner, keeping up with his reputation of just a swell-ass guy.
Yeah, he's just a nice guy.
All right, he's just a cool man. He was a model prisoner with absolutely no infractions on his file. All the while, he was plotting his escape. All right, he did not plan on being in there for 45 years.
Okay.
Manchester was familiarizing himself with the patrol schedules and the comings and goings of the guards, and finding blind spots in the security system, and like looking at all the vehicles going in and out. Basically, casing the joint like he would for
From inside.
for all his McDonald's shenanigans.
Yeah, he was using his tools.
He was using his tools, his mind. All right. Meanwhile, his good behavior landed him a job in the prison's metal shop.
Okay.
Seems like a very dangerous thing to have in a prison. Just constantly working with metal and tools and cutting them. And
Yeah, I can imagine that's not the smartest idea.
like this prison is pretty lucky that nothing worse happened than what's about to.
Yeah, it could have been worse.
Well. It was through this job at the metal shop that he would execute his escape plan. All right.
Oh.
Every day, a delivery truck it would come inside the metal shop to load up all the things that that they made that day: lockers, kitchenware, and the like.
Okay.
All right. It was always arriving and departing at the same time each day. So Manchester knew when it was coming. He managed to nab a measurement of 2 metal rods that were underneath the delivery truck. So you thought he was going to go inside.
You thought.
In
you
like
were
a
wrong.
locker or something. No, stupid. All right. He got the measurements of these 2 metal rods, and then he cut a very precisely cut piece of plywood that could fit snugly between them.
Genius.
Right? Sort of makeshift cot.
That's some
maybe.
Shawshank Redemption shit there.
It is. All right. And he painted the plywood black to match the rest of the underside of the truck because he knew that the vehicle would be inspected before leaving the prison. The underside was usually checked with like mirrors and shit.
Yeah.
Just to make sure
That makes
nothing
sense.
was under
Like
there.
those handheld ones you just kind of stick. You're like, it looks
Yeah.
good.
God forbid the guards like go down on their knee. But Manchester also chose to execute his plan on a rainy day because he knew that the guards would be less thorough with their vehicle check. They're just like, we got to get out of the rain.
Okay.
Finally, on June 15th of 2004, Manchester successfully escaped from the Browns Creek Correctional Facility, and he was the first to ever do so.
And probably the last.
I would hope so. They got to do a lot of work in that metal shop, and it doesn't involve metal work.
I guess to be fair, if any prisoner is going to escape, I'm glad it's him.
Honestly,
I'm
he's like
not
the
a McDonald's,
best.
so
He's
I don't have to worry.
literally the best criminal that could have escaped.
Yeah, like he's not going to do anything. He's nice. We want McDonald's money.
Yeah, aside from people who are still in jail for like weed or something, which is weird.
Yeah, that's just
Why
stupid.
is that a thing
That's
still?
just silly.
I buy it across the border. All right, look, the roof man's on the loose. All right, he got out. Can you
I don't even have words.
No, you have to join me in just this. It's so good.
So let me
We have
think.
to bask in the wonderfulness of this news.
The roof man, who I like to imagine. No, but sit with me for a minute. I like to imagine
I'm sitting.
that somewhere along the line, a family member choked on a Big Mac, and this is his revenge storyline.
No, he's too nice to have a vengeful,
Yeah, but he's
gleam in his eye.
he doesn't want to like take it out on anybody. He's just like, I'm gonna take it out on this mega corporation, and I'm on his side for that one. I like McDonald's, but I'm okay with what he's doing.
Oh yeah.
I think it's a good thing. I think it's positive for the world. It's really keeping McDonald's on their toes. They got to up their security. They got to make sure their shit's tight.
Yeah.
It's
Make
good
sure
for everybody.
no one can bore holes in their roofs.
But I'm glad he's out, at least right now. I'm glad.
At least right now, yeah. Manchester, instead of returning to California to maybe see his family, that's what authorities thought he was going to do. He just traveled 40 miles north to a town called Charlotte.
Okay.
All right. And he was then on the hunt for, a place to live, to kind of settle down.
Yeah, he's looking to put his feet up somewhere.
Yeah. And where he settled, it's both pretty ingenious and very hilarious.
Yeah, this is the part that really sucked me in.
This was like the nice cherry on top, all right? So in a complex known as the Triangle Shopping Center, among a few other stores, there's a Toys R Us.
That there is.
All right, there's a Toys R Us. No, it's super casual. Well, Manchester decides that this is going to be his new home, this Toys R Us.
I'm going to live in this Toys R Us.
All right, so more specifically, Manchester, he's settled down behind the bike rack that was positioned against one of the store's walls.
Good place to be.
Yeah, because it was against the wall, he was because he loves boring holes, he was boring into the wall to give himself more space as he lived back there.
Okay.
And it's pretty cool. Once he was settled, he made sure to only come out at night. It was almost solely baby food that he ate. He rode bikes through the aisles at night for exercise.
That's just gold.
And he would play with remote control cars on the roof for fun.
He's back on the roof.
He's
love back where he needs to be.
This is the best criminal I think we've ever come across.
He's just so there's no malintent, it's just so
he's literally
refreshing.
just breaking the law. That's the only thing wrong with this guy.
Yeah, the only crime he committed was crime. Nothing insane or he fucking stabbed his mother in the head and ran. No, I'm just living in a Toys R Us.
Yeah. As far as I know, this is our first crime story that I don't think involves blood.
No.
At all.
Not even a little bit.
There's you pistol whip, probably just a bruise. Something like that.
Yeah, you're not bleeding from a pistol whip.
Yeah. Well, so this is great. All right, robber on the lam, holding up in a toy store, eating baby food, playing with toys. What could go wrong? All right, seems like a cool way to live.
Yeah.
Well, his robbing tendencies were definitely not gone. Because his ultimate end game, when it came to choosing this Toys R Us to live in, was to rob it. All right,
Nice.
That was the ultimate goal here. So he spent much of his time casing the store, right? Getting to know the schedule, employee habits, security, etc. He eventually got the idea to set up baby monitors all around the store so he could kind of have eyes, in different parts of the store.
Okay.
So if anyone was onto him, he could get the leg up. Another pretty insane thing that he did, he changed the schedules of employees and security guards.
That's hilarious.
He was just probably in the break room. I imagine it was some piece of paper on a corkboard or some shit. Or a dry erase or something.
You know what this is what I was thinking. I was I like to imagine that he witnessed there's a couple employees or something that young, maybe even teenagers, they're kind of they have a crush on each other, and he's I'm gonna have Erica work with Steve today because
he's a matchmaking criminal.
Yeah, he's
living in the store.
They would really be good for each other, and I think if they start spending more time, they might see that.
I
Like,
love
there's
this.
not like any bad reason. It's just like I think that they would be great for each other.
Yeah. Well, yeah, he he changed the schedule maybe to matchmake, but also to better align with his ultimate plan.
Yeah, I mean, obviously.
You know. It's pretty obvious by this time that he learned nothing from being caught the first time, because after only a few months of eating nothing but baby food, Manchester began making his way out of the store at night and grabbing dinner at the local Red Lobster.
Hell yeah.
Damn
Get
right.
them cheesy fucking cheddar biscuits or
Damn
whatever.
right, dude. The packets of those you make at home, what are they, like 10 cents?
Oh, they're
You
great.
can make like 700 of them?
They're so good.
Fucking awesome. So yeah, he's getting a little cocky again. His hubris returns. All right. He even began attending sermons at a local church, merely very close to the Toys R Us, like within a couple hundred yards.
Well, you don't gotta go far, you know?
Yeah, super close to his Toys R Us home. And he became an active member of the congregation.
Nice.
Yeah. He went by the name John Zorin.
John Zorin.
John Zorin. And even started dating a woman that he'd met at a church singles event named Lee.
Good
So
Lord.
he's dating a woman at the church while living in Toys R Us.
He's like, gonna come back to my house tonight?
Dude,
I'll show you the bike rack.
Lee loved this guy, dude. She fell in love with the Roofman.
Hell yeah. How do you not? He's charismatic.
Oh, he's great. He's generous. He had a great sense of humor, and he was very caring. He had a very caring nature for her and her 3 children.
There you go.
Right. Obviously, it came up that the couple never went to his house. They were always over at her apartment with the kids. To which his response was always that he had a government job that required him to keep his whereabouts classified.
Oh,
Right?
smart.
So he told her that his living space, which was at an undisclosed location, it was uncomfortable and office-like.
He's not wrong.
I guess, yeah.
He's not lying. He's not lying.
Step into my office. You just go behind a bike rack at Toys R Us.
This is my office. Where did you go to the bathroom, you know? That's like what I'm wondering.
He probably just uses the regular bathroom, right?
Because the toilets.
Just the one in Toys R Us.
They're like, I swear to God, we've cleaned those toilets, and there's a goddamn skid mark in there every morning.
Can you imagine if he clogged the toilet and couldn't fix it?
You're like, oh,
It's
fuck.
like, God damn it, I'm done for. I know it.
That's what does them in. Just a big fucking log.
Too many of those fucking cheesy biscuits.
Oh, those are good, though.
Oh, they are
It's
delicious.
worth it.
You make cereal out of it.
No.
You don't think
No,
so? You want a savory cereal?
If instead of milk, you did garlic butter, then yes.
Okay.
We cool with that? We
Yeah,
agree?
I'm totally
Alright.
cool with that.
Alright,
Yeah,
yeah,
man,
man.
just eating biscuits, swimming in butter with a spoon.
Yeah, I mean, I'm
I
already
can get
sick
down
to
on
my
that.
stomach thinking about it, but I would eat it.
You imagine how shiny that bowl would be?
Can you imagine how shiny your fucking intestines would be?
Yeah, how shiny the light at the end of the tunnel would be. Damn it. So he told her that his living situation, it was undisclosed, his office uncomfortable, and Lee bought it. All right, everyone bought it. He told this to everyone.
Okay.
He was always at church events. He was volunteering, and he was donating more toys than anyone at the congregation's Christmas toy drive. I wonder where he got the toys, you know?
Yeah, I wonder.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Christmas, in the Christmas months, Toys R Us was getting kind of crazy, you know, buying a bunch of toys. It was crazy busy. And the roof man, he was looking for a living space improvement and a little bit more privacy.
What store is available?
Oh, we'll see. So Manchester found that he could bore straight through the wall of the Toys R Us into the next unit of the shopping mall, which just so happened to be an abandoned Circuit City.
Abandoned Circuit City is
Yeah.
like saying ATM machine.
It's just redundant, everyone knows.
Yeah, if you say
know?
Circuit City, you know it's abandoned.
Like
'cause
saying
come on.
police cop, you
Yeah.
know? It's like, come on. All right, so yeah, he just went right into Circuit City. Have you ever been in a Circuit City?
I have.
Was it abandoned?
No.
Wow.
There used to be one.
Where was it, Grant? where was the Circuit City?
I mean, it wasn't around here. I was on vacation somewhere. We went to one. It's literally like a Best Buy. It's like the same fucking thing.
Yeah, and even they're on their way out. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not doing too hot, I don't think.
Bezos took it all. But anyway, yeah, he was in Circuit City. It was abandoned. The hole he dug out led to a closed-off space underneath a stairwell in the Circuit City. So he just had a little room, all right? It was roughly 5 by 11 feet, and he decked it the fuck out.
Christmas
Like,
lights, posters.
He made it so cool. There's no pictures of this, sadly, but like it sounds awesome, right? So Roofman, he put up some posters, all right? He brought in a DVD player. He was watching movies and shit. He put up more baby monitors for like a whole surveillance system of Toys R Us, you know?
Makes sense.
And this is crazy. He repiped a water line from the Toys R Us to go directly into his space.
Damn.
Like, what? Where did he even get, like, the materials for that?
I'm not positive.
Like, I can't imagine it's like you can just redirect the things that are already there. It has to be like an addition, right?
No,
and then you have to have like a spigot at the end, right?
He did it, though.
I don't know.
He's resourceful, man.
He had some water coming in. Awesome. Oh, and this guy fucking loves Spider-Man.
Nice.
All right,
He's
Spider-Man.
a Tobey Maguire fan.
Everything. Yeah, dude. Spider-Man 2 was found in his quarters, right? Spider-Man posters, Spider-Man DVDs. He had Spider-Man blankets and sheets in there.
Good for him.
This guy loved Spider-Man, man. I don't think there's anything that'll make me hate this guy.
No,
He's like the best criminal I've ever heard. So as cool as he'd made his living quarters, right, with all the Spider-Man stuff, he must have begun to realize kind of how unsustainable his lifestyle was.
He's like, wait a minute, guys, this is not going to work.
Maybe I can't retire here. Because on December 26th, the day after Christmas, he finally decided to go through with his plan and finally rob the store that he had been calling home for so long.
He's
like a
crappy
very
where
long
he
time.
eats. I don't like that.
Yeah.
That's a point against him.
It did
But
not
he's got
go
a lot
well.
of positive points, so he's not losing much.
No, you're right. But it did not go very well. All right?
Oh, explain.
Yeah, so Manchester, he held up the Toys R Us. But just like with his last crime before he went away, employees were able to escape and contact authorities far before Manchester had planned. I think 2 of them escaped.
Mm-hmm.
And he was still in the store by the time the first responders showed up. And when posed with the lone female sheriff, Roofman punched her in the face and took her gun and then just ran away.
Just got the fuck out of there. Like, I'm leaving.
But he didn't run away. He ran to his home, which was in the Toys R Us.
That's good.
He then managed to escape through his little tunnel system to the neighboring store, Circuit City.
He's like, I must retreat.
Yeah. I love this story so much.
Yeah, the worst thing he did was punch somebody. That was it.
He pistol whipped someone before, and then he just punched a cop in the face, which from the internet, what the internet tells me, a lot of people want to do anyway. So
yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah, though much of the stolen merchandise was found in the roof, his hidden living quarters remained undiscovered for 6 days.
Damn, it was that hidden,
yeah, dude. I think there was something I didn't mention. The little hole, the tunnel or whatever, just a hole in the wall, basically, to the Circuit City. He covered it up with
a Rita Hayworth poster.
That'd
just
be
like
cool.
In Shawshank.
Damn, that would be so fitting.
That would be badass.
All right, there are some missteps in this story, but it's all just so good. But no, he had painted pieces of, I think it was plywood. This guy loves plywood. He painted pieces of plywood to look like the wall on either side, and he put little doors on either side, so it would just blend in. Smart man. So yeah, 6 days he went undiscovered. It was finally found by an officer during a routine check of the store.
A routine check, huh?
They were just robbed, Also, by this time, authorities were pretty certain that it was the notorious Roofman that was behind this robbery.
Yeah, okay.
Based on the MO and the recent escape, not 40 miles away. Authorities began showing the public photos of Manchester. And what do you know? Backstabbing churchgoers, they recognized him as John Zorin.
Not cool, man.
Not cool, Presbyterian Church. His tapestry of lies is falling away now, okay? The nail in the coffin came down to like a single fingerprint that they found in the Toys R Us home.
Really?
Yeah, they were just like, okay, it's definitely him. All right, we got
just
what we
a
need.
single one.
Single one, yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah. Police then contacted Manchester's girlfriend, Lee, and told her to invite him over to her house for her supposed 40th birthday party.
Nice.
Right,
He's like not suspicious at all.
Not suspicious at all. But no, so he was just like, oh, this is going to be great. Because he, like, after this failed robbery attempt, he was like, oh, God, I'm probably going to have to, like, keep moving. Like, I'm probably going to have to leave.
Yeah, I got to get out of here.
So he went over there thinking, like, all right, this is going to be the last time I, like, can see this girl that I love now. He shows up with flowers, and what do you know? He's apprehended by police before he can even get into the apartment. Sad. Sad for this guy.
It is sad. I'm not a fan.
No, it's true. After he was in custody, though, he was able to talk to Lee, at which time he apologized for what he'd put her and her children through. Pretty nice.
Yeah, that is nice.
You know, he's taking responsibility. Lee and other members of the church were both just, like, conflicted, to say the least, because they were just like, he's so nice, but he's like a criminal. Fuck.
He's like a criminal.
He's a liar and criminal, but he's just so nice. Even authorities had mixed feelings. Like, they obviously arrested him and treated him like any other criminal, but they were all ultimately just, like, impressed.
How can you not be?
Honestly, like, you're living off baby food behind a bike rack after escaping prison?
I'm impressed by this guy.
It's amazing.
Like, I'm fully impressed by this guy.
Yeah, dude.
There's nothing about this guy. Literally, if he didn't pistol whip that person and punch that cop, this guy would be the model criminal. That's like the most perfect criminal ever.
Yeah, I think one of the cops, like when he was being arrested, he was just like, "Man, this would make a great movie."
This would be a great movie.
Which I totally agree with. I really want to see the Roofman movie. Dude, I haven't even looked to see if that is a thing. It may be a thing.
It's not.
That might be my most recent obsession to find, even though it might not exist.
I'm gonna try to look that. Wait, hold on.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Okay.
Is
So
it
there,
just a documentary?
no, there's a movie starring Natalie Portman called "Where the Heart Is," and it's about a pregnant teenager that lives in a Walmart, like hiding in a Walmart.
Oh, that's sadder than this.
It shares some similarities, but it's not based on him or anything.
All right. Dude, yeah, I always had that thought as like a kid. It's like, I could live in that space between these aisles.
I always felt like a Home Depot.
You know?
As I've gotten older, though, like Costco is the place to live.
No, definitely. You just like sleep on the stack of paper towels.
Yeah, if you're gonna live anywhere, dude, they have beds there.
No, too easy. They'd expect that.
They literally have beds.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have to. But the sergeant, this was a quote that I loved. Sergeant Catherine Scheimreif of the Charlotte Mecklenburg NC Police Department. Afterwards, they interviewed her and shit. And This was her quote. Quote, "You hate to compliment the guy because he's a dirtbag, but you really can learn a lot from him. It won't surprise me if he escapes again because he's just that crafty."
And he tried to escape 2 more times.
He didn't do it that time, but he tried.
He didn't get away. But, I mean, so yeah, like everyone was pretty much impressed with him, but they were like, damn it, he's a criminal. And nothing screams this more than the fact that he received a slew of new and like far more serious charges, yet got a far lighter sentence to go around.
Yeah, they're just like, all right, just give him 5 years. That's all he's going to do anyway.
Dude, he's currently incarcerated in Raleigh.
All right.
And he's set to be released December 4th of 2036.
Damn.
That's so soon.
So was that like 21, 22 years, something like that?
Insane. He escaped prison on a 45-year sentence.
And yet they gave him like half that.
Like, come on.
Good for him,
so
man.
That's like probably my favorite story I've heard in a while.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
I really enjoy the Roofman Robber.
Roofman lives, and I want to buy him a beer.
He's very unique in that sense, and I appreciate it. That was good. I feel bad because, like, literally everything that I had to add to that was already covered. So I was just kind of like the yes man right now today.
Ah, you're fine, dude. I mean,
That was my role
I just
today.
had so much fun, like, researching it and writing out that script. I was just like, this is fucking crazy.
No, it is. It really was. Because at first, like, I was trying to read about it, and I was like, all right, is this going to be, long? Do we have enough material here? And after a while, it was like, yeah, there's a lot here.
Yeah.
At first, I thought it was just like the McDonald's thing. I was like, that's really interesting. And I was like, wait, this guy lives in a toy store
He
now?
escaped prison, lived in Toys R Us, and then, like, was forming relationships with people in the community.
No, that was gold. I
Dude,
fucking love that.
And Lee, like, when she found out that he wasn't, like, who he said he was, she was like, he won over everyone in his life because she was just like, yeah, I don't know whether to slap him or give him a hug.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what to do,
Like,
my man.
it's very conflicting. He's so nice.
That is great, though. I fucking adore that.
One of my favorites is just him telling the policeman they did a good job in catching him.
He had, like, excellent job.
Yeah, something tells me it was a genuine compliment. Just like, damn, good job.
Probably. He's
You
like,
did
I
a
can't
good
believe
job
it.
today.
I love this story.
Yeah. So next time you're in McDonald's, go ahead and rob it. And maybe you'll be in our hearts like this man is.
He's in my heart forever.
He's forever in my heart, you know.
I love it, though.
Yeah.
I love every minute of this.
But yeah, it's a little shorter of a story, but that's the episode.
Yeah, I mean, that's effectively our episode. But
Honestly, just a little treat for your ears, you know.
I think you
It's,
guys enjoy. This is a
something
good
you
one.
can feel good about.
It's definitely a little, like, slowed down. The pace is better. The material's better to grasp. Everything about it's just pretty good.
Yeah. No, it's excellent.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, we'll be back next week with a brand new episode for y'all.
Episodic.
I hope you guys enjoy, and maybe we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll be a little bit more on brand. Maybe we'll stick off brand. We'll see what happens.
Who knows what's going to happen next week? We don't.
No, we don't. We really
Yeah.
don't. We should, but we don't. That's
yeah.
why we like it.
Had to get a burp in there. I haven't burped yet this episode.
It happens, you know.
No, it's good. It has
It's
to happen
natural.
every
It's
time.
gas.
Yeah.
But
Well,
with that being said, we are starting a cult. Thank you for listening. I
yeah.
love you guys.
No, it's true. That's Grant. I'm Jake. We are starting a cult. You can follow us on all the shit. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Our email is startacult@gmail.com. And we also have a TikTok,
Yes.
which I usually just use to scroll now because I'm not very good at posting content. But I'll try to start posting more there. That's Wasack_pod on TikTok there. Also, we're on YouTube. You can like and subscribe there, comment, do that, all that stuff. Tell us whatever you want, anywhere you can reach us.
yes.
And also, there's a link below for the Patreon. We just did a Patreon episode yesterday. We huffed helium.
We did.
Isn't that fun to kind of lighten the mood on the news?
We did.
But yeah, as always, we were starting a cult. Mitch was not in the room.
He's here.
I
He's
think
not in the room.
I'm gonna go get him for bananas.
Okay.
All right, yeah, I'll be right back.
Yeah, that's fine. You guys Navi might jump in here too. Mitch was hanging out outside with Navi, keeping him some company, you know. But it wouldn't really be an episode if we didn't add the bananas. So I don't be alarmed if you hear a bark because Navi is in the room with us as we speak.
He's a wild, untamed man
He's
today.
looking at me right now. He's looking at
going
Mitch
insane.
too. He's having some fun. He's smiling. He's huffing.
Involuntarily injuring us.
But we'll talk to you guys next week. I love you guys.
Yep. Me too.